great athleticism that a lot of people haven't always appreciated. I don't think to the high enough level. And try to take that's always been there and try to just define it for an identity for him that works for him. Just define it a little bit more, that he could use it with all the other great qualities that he has in that ring.
So in a sense, you improved on what he was good at instead of changing him as a fighter.
I mean, I think we've changed some things. Again, you got to look at it. You have to be the judge of that. I think we changed. I think we added some things. I think we subtracted some things. I hope we did. I hope we subtracted some things that need to be subtracted. You know, that where sometimes we were a little available, you know, sometimes in certain areas. Listen, the people before him, Joel Diaz, did a great job. They all did a great job. They were all part of his success that he had. But now at this point in his life, it was an opportunity to take him on a little different direction that he needed to at this point in his life for whatever reason. And I think that we've worked very hard at doing that. And hopefully that showed in the Rios fight. But that's for you guys to judge. And hopefully it's going to show on April 9th too. You know, Timothy Bradley is a terrific fighter, terrific winner. He was that before Teddy Atlas, way before Teddy Atlas. But all I'm doing is my job to take what he does good, stay with it, and then take what might have been little mistakes, correct them, and then add some things that I think he has the ability to add. And give him maybe some new ideas. That's all.
Freddie Roach has laid his judgment upon you, and he believes that you have made no changes at all. Why would he be under the
listen, you have to ask him that. You have to ask him that. But I don't care about that. I really don't.
But did he say that Bradley's already a made fighter? That there's nothing to
I think that Cotto was already a made fighter. I think that Pacquiao was already a made. But you know what? He would know because he's been with a lot of made fighters. So you know what? Trust what he says because he'd be an expert on that. He would be an expert on that because that's where he made his career with made fighters. So, yeah, trust him.
Thank you, Alex. Appreciate it very much.
Any extra confidence you get being that you did better against Rios than Manny did?
We're not looking at it from. That's a good question, to be honest. Maybe you should be a trainer.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe. I mean, believe me. When I look, sometimes, yeah, maybe. But I don't. That's not. I'm not looking at it from that angle, from that perspective. I'm just looking at it really, truly from. My responsibility is to make Timmy the best he can be and tighten up what has to be tightened up, add what has to be added, if there's anything, and correct what might have to be corrected. And just make him the most solid. I think Timmy's special. Make him the most solid fighter that he can be. I think he always showed athleticism and always showed great heart. But I think sometimes he might not attach the technique to that great athleticism, the idea, the identity of what he should take in the ring each time. He didn't always connect that to the great athleticism. You know, he did, but I just think that my mission and my emphasis from the beginning was to look at not just the heart, but look at all this great athleticism and see how I could define it. Maybe I could define it just a little more. They did a great job way before me, but obviously. But maybe I could define it and give him just an identity that every time he gets like sometimes he's slugging, sometimes he's boxing. I just wanted to give him an identity that he could be comfortable, that would make sense for him every time he got in the ring. And to that point, we're continuing. That's the mission. And then for this fight, look at strategy that will work against. Look at tendencies for Pacquiao and strategy that makes sense. Things we can hopefully take advantage of. Things that we hopefully exploit. And things that we have to be very aware of that Pacquiao is very good at. But the most important thing for me from the beginning was just to make Timmy as solid as he could to take his athleticism, take all that great heart that he's shown for 10 years and just mesh it together. It's kind of like having a great car. You have this great car I think he's a great car, but a great human being. But a Ferrari, but then drive it the right way. You know, not into walls sometimes. You know, just drive it the right way and understand what's the right way to drive that car with that kind of horsepower. What's the right way? That's what we're trying to figure out what's the right way, and hopefully we've done some of that.
Thank you, Teddy. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.